Welcome to the Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you would like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live, and there's also a Ko-Fi, Patreon, crypto and thanks button in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the nature of Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcomed back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel, so please share the show on Facebook and X. Now we are joined by Neil, the Adam Meakin, and a whole bunch of people in Earth Awakening's Discord server, so welcome one and all.
How are you?
Afternoon, everyone.
Hello. Hello. Got a housekeeping question it seems we need to ask as a result of the pre-show. Any evidence you can have gas pressure without the necessary antecedent of a container for the gas to press upon?
Yeah, NASA says gravity contains it.
Gravity's not a container, nor is it a force.
I agree, but NASA claims it.
The problem with NASA claiming that gravity is a container is the assertion that the effect out of date by 109 years that a force would impart on the gas would lead to the assertion that gas goes down. Well, gas doesn't go down. All of our gas that we are breathing is produced at ground level and makes its way up. Now, obviously, there aren't any gas-producing entities in the sky. They're all at ground level. Therefore, it dissipates and gets less as you go up in altitude. Now, typically, it'll form part of a cyclical system, but all of which is requiring a contained system to achieve any of what I've just described. So for gas to have a container from a non-force of bending pseudo-Riemannian force space-time is, number one, absurd, number two, mathematical only, not physical, and number three, would infer that gas goes down. Gas doesn't go down. There's not pools of gas. We're not swimming around in gas. It expands in all directions and would fill whatever volume it had to fill. If the sky was a vacuum, we would all be dead. None of us would be breathing. We'd have no gas to breathe.
Yeah, not only that, but the gas where they say the most gas comes from, the ocean, is the place where it happens to be the constant. So that's where the most gas is coming from, would be the ocean, according to these guys.
But the point is it's going up from ground level upwards as it dissipates. It may get thinner. The reason I dropped that in twice is because their rebuttal is to say, well, we have a gas pressure gradient. Yeah, you still need containment for a gas pressure gradient. It's a delta of gas pressure, which requires it to press on something. You can't press on a sky vacuum, and gravity's not a force. Bent 4D space-time won't cut it. Any scientific evidence of gravity? That's a question. Is there any scientific evidence of that which they call gravity?
Negative.
Which one?
Good question. Either. There's actually 4. 5 if you count quantum gravity.
Which one I'm totally against, specific gravity. I don't think it should be called that.
Who cares what you call it?
I don't care how many there is.
Say again?
Is there 10? I don't care. But is there any evidence of any of them? The answer that I've always found is 0. There's none.
Well, yeah, there is. There's one. The one that Neil just objected to. So specific gravity is just an ascribing of the word gravity to an effect we would call relative density. Or if you're observing something actually occur, disequilibrium described by relative density. That's what they call specific gravity. Which is real.
should
Neil
we
doesn't
even
like it though because it's real.
I don't like it either because it is, well, it's real, but the fact that they call it and the word gravity is in it is why people don't like it. It's just stupid. We already have a thing in our head, an idea of what gravity is told, right? So that don't fit. Just so it's a back and forth in your mind. I get it.
They're just diluting it down, aren't they? It's like putting loads of false stories in for an event that you want to lie about. So in the case of gravity, you've got Newtonian gravity, which is the force. You've got Einsteinian gravity, bent 4D space-time. You've got quantum gravity. You've got the incoherent dielectric acceleration and specific gravity. So there's 5 of them.
Okay, we have somebody that has an opposition to the thing. Omni, you want to go?
Sure. So I'm not sure we're going to agree on what gases are or what gas pressure is, but you can 100% have gas pressure without a container. It's super simple. So what do you think gas pressure is, Nathan?
Show me gas pressure without a container.
What do you think is the mechanism behind gas pressure?
I don't know. I just want you to back your claim. So let me get it straight. You're going to put a baseless assertion and a question to me, and I'm just to accept the baseless assertion and only focus on the question about my understanding of what gas is. No, you said you...
Right, because if we're...
My bad, still talking. You said you can have gas pressure without a container. That's the question. So do you want to answer that? I've got Bumblebee flying right next to me.
Okay, so,
that wasn't expected.
So it's super simple. I'll explain. Since you want to answer the question, I'll explain for your audience.
No, I didn't accept your baseless assertion. You've ignored what I've just responded to you, and now you're... Sorry, we're already into talking through people. You talking through me. Right, what I've just said, I'd like an acknowledgement for before you just say, so you're not answering the question. That's not what I did. What I said was, you asked a question and made a baseless assertion. The baseless assertion was in answer to my question about having gas pressure without a container. So given that you've made a baseless assertion, now he's chanting through me. Yeah, you need to make this that I'm talking through you. No, what's actually occurred, I'm going to summarise. I asked a question. You answered with another question and a baseless assertion. The baseless assertion was in an address to my question. So don't tell me I'm not answering the question. You've given a baseless assertion to my question. Now I'm going to ask you to show gas pressure without a container as per your baseless assertion. Not tell me I'm not answering anything. Back your baseless assertion.
All right. So gas pressure is caused by particles, atoms, or molecules of gas under pressure or expanding, hitting something and exerting force on it. So you can very easily have gas pressure without a container. It's super simple. If I have an air hose and I blow it against my hand, I have gas pressure against my hand. I'm feeling the force of that gas hitting my hand. There's no container. It doesn't have to be a container. It is simply gas pressure. That it's super simple. If I blow out on a piece of paper, there's gas pressure there.
Can I address it?
Container. I'm so sorry, Nathan.
I heard the first time.
Okay, Omni, you said it.
I heard it. Can I address it?
Then you go.
I heard it. Yeah, your lungs are a container. The pipe is a container, and you've got gas under pressure in the first place. So first of the 3 containers, where'd you get the gas pressure, which requires containment, in the first place to be breathing it? That's the first question. Second question in response to your baseless assertion. And now, no evidence other than containers like your lungs. Are they a container? Yes, they absolutely are. What about the pipe you're blowing down? Is that a container? Yeah, it absolutely is. So you're going to need gas pressure to be breathing. Where'd you get that?
So I have gas pressure from the ambient atmosphere around me. There's no visible container. You claim there must be. Wait, just a second, Nathan. You claim there must be one, but you can't detect it. You can't see it. You have no evidence of it other than your belief about it.
I didn't make anything. I didn't make a claim about anything. Now he's stop. Sorry, I didn't make a claim about that. Can you stop him? I didn't say that. I didn't make a claim about anything.
Oakley, hold on a second, man. We got to go one at a time, or it's going to be a shit show, right?
What, with him telling me what I've... He's addressing a claim I haven't made. He said, you said it's got to be something. No, I did not.
All right, well, you can address it as soon as he's done. Otherwise, it's going to be a shit show, right? So,
no worries. I'll let him make up stuff I haven't said, and then I'll interrupt at the end. Once he's finished making up a load of crap I haven't said that he needs to address about something in the sky that it needs to press on that I didn't mention the slightest, and he's just made up. You go ahead. Carry on making up crap I haven't said to attack as a straw man.
Yeah, Nathan. Okay, I know you're going to want to interrupt. but let me explain it to you. So gas pressure is the force that gas exerts on something. True, you have to have a surface to measure the force. We all understand that. But it doesn't have to be a container. If I have two water jets and they're hitting each other, that is water pressure without a container, right? Same thing with gas. Two gas jets can be hitting each other. You'll see images of this with different colored gas, and you'll see them, mixing and expanding around each other and stuff. Once again, gas pressure, no container. Now,
Okay, keep it short, Omni. Keep it short.
Okay,
please.
let me just finish up. Yeah, 1 second.
It's a container.
What you want, Nathan, what you should have said is you can't have a constant environment of gas pressure without a container, which is what you believe is true, but that's not what you said. I'm sorry.
Right, you haven't demonstrated gas pressure without a container. You've given lots of examples that have containers within them, so your basis assertion failed. Meanwhile, outer space is fake. You can't press on a sky vacuum, as you asserted you've got to be pressing on something. Well, you can't press on a sky vacuum. It's an area of volume that gas can disperse into. Ergo, outer space is fake. If the sky was a vacuum, the gas we breathe at high pressure would expand into it, because it's got nothing to press on. That's what gas does. It expands in all directions into whatever volume it's got. It's a law of nature. Outer space is fake. Hence, knocking on the doors of NASA is pointless. Just debunk the area they claim they're travelling through. There is no sky vacuum. The gas would be filling it. The gas we're breathing. When I asked you, where'd you get your gas pressure in the first place? Your answer was atmosphere. That's what you said. No, that's an oxymoron. Sphere-shaped air? Now, air doesn't take a sphere shape arbitrarily because of the language that you have had controlled and are now giving me back. Atmo means air. Sphere is a shape. Gases don't take sphere shapes. They take the shape of their containment. So your appeal to oxymoronic sphere-shaped air not dispersing into the volume of a sky vacuum wasn't a rebuttal either. That's all you gave me so far, to just declare by pure fiat that we can have high-pressure gas not pressing on a sky vacuum, not dispersing into it. Oxymoronic sphere-shaped air won't cut it. That was your only rebuttal.
So you don't know what gas pressure is. You won't say because you know that if you actually... One second, Nathan. Wait, Nathan.
You guys let ad homs go through here?
For quite a lot there, Nathan. Nathan, you rambled quite a lot. So I'm going to talk now, all right?
Telling me what I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever
Why are you starting with what I don't know?
Put some duct tape over your mouth. whatever it takes.
How about is this going to just continue?
Oh, okay, I will happily rephrase it as
him not addressing anything with the question that he's come in to say he could answer. He's demonstrated generating partial pressures by using containers. He's straw manning and throwing ad homs in. This is
hey, guys,
intolerable as a level of conversation. And even now, look, he's just over.
Please rephrase your question. Please, Nathan.
It doesn't need to. We're summarising what's happened, guys. Guys, I don't need your assistance.
Take it one at a time. Doesn't matter if he.
Thank you for the excessive moderation that I don't need. I can summarise to a live audience of about 100 people this guy not addressing us, constantly straw manning. Now, while you guys want to work out your over-the-top administrative nonsense while I address my live audience, you can. It just won't be tolerated by me. I've got a live audience to concern myself with. Okay? I don't need the OTT moderation. When he starts rambling and ignoring me, Adam will get to summarise what he's doing, which is ignoring me. The containers is used is ignored. The sky vacuum that the gas would fill is ignored. What he's doing is ad-homming me, and you, the moderation team, are allowing it. And then telling me we need to go one at a time. No. He started ad-homming me after ignoring every single thing I've said to him. Now, if you don't want to step in over that, I'll start stepping on you, the moderators, and telling you you're not doing your jobs very well. It's not about one at a time. It's not about you guys modding a conversation that I'm perfectly capable of controlling myself. Yeah, it's not necessary. He's not addressed anything. That's what Adam was explaining. I'm still being moderated, it seems. Is that your shtick? You got a bit of control to wield in this moderation, faff?
All right. Omni, stop for a minute, please.
No, I'm in charge here. I have a live audience. I will be the one telling what's what to who. not the moderation team. You're here to assist me, and if you can't do that because you've got a power trip going on, tough luck. I've still got a live audience to cater for. You and your over-the-top
It's not a
power
trip.
trip
And your audience...
as you yammer through the top of me, explaining that I've a bloody live audience to cater for. We don't need you on your power trip trying to mod me. You can either work with me or it won't work. You telling me that I'm going to have a shit show. I've been doing it for 10 years. You guys on your bloody moderation power trip.
Right away and told him not to ad hom and to be concise. Don't play your...
He did ad hom me. Nobody stopped. I was told that he needed to get his time to speak when he ad hom me and ignored me. So you're not doing your job as mods.
Interrupted him.
Oh, right. I interrupted him, stopping me from being ad hommed by a guy not addressing me. Oh, my bad that my moderating team, you, can't do their jobs and mod someone who's actually ad homming me to avoid the question he's been asked 3 times. Maybe he should be told he needs more time to talk.
Maybe you should get off your high horse. We heard your complaint.
I've got a show to run. SE Montreal, don't try to address and demean me in terms of what I do. I've got a live audience. Adam was summarising the situation. You guys want to take on and board some power trip about modding. Adam still hasn't had an opportunity to actually be heard the summary of the debate that took place. We've just got you 3 moderators all deciding that you need to mod. My God, guys, shut up.
Blabbering. Let's move on with Adam.
I don't need you to tell me to move on. I'm running a show, SC Montreal. Don't you get it? Adam.
No, you're not going to run the show like this.
Oh, my God. We cannot function in this server. We can't run a live show from here. Adam, I'm going to hand the mic over to you. I'll have to close the Discord line. They literally will not be kept under control by me. They won't allow it.
Yeah.
For you to do what you're doing.
No, he won't allow it, Adam. He needs to be in charge. I am running a show, SC Montreal. Now, you don't have to like the fact that you're no longer 100% in charge of this Discord server because I'm here. If you don't like it, I can't come here. You have to step back.
So don't come. No, don't come then. No one asked you to come.
All right. So I'm being told by the mod team that I am genuinely not welcome here. It's not awkward enough as it is. SE Montreal's power trip takes precedent over about 100 people watching live, does it, SE Montreal? You're but one man.
So Nathan.
Sorry, am I going to be told that it was acceptable that he started ad homming me after ignoring me? Because that's all the issue is here.
No one said it was acceptable.
I was told he needed more time to do it.
The mod's kind of a little
After it was all after that.
He's still in the middle of ad homming me, and he successfully, thanks to you, the moderation team in this server, subverted the point that Adam was just in the middle of summarising when you all decided to take your power trip. Because you're all very important mods. Know your bloody places. If you can't assist me, SC Montreal, I just can't be here. I will have to bugger off. Because you can't can it. Yeah? Take a step back, nose in charge, that's me. If you can't deal with that, then I can't be here. Because you're also bloody belligerent as a mod team. What's wrong with you?
Oakley, chill. Oakley, just chill. Run the show, my brother.
Yeah, thanks, Issa. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, brother.
Right. So the reason I interjected was certainly from this side, I'd like to have a conversation. That wasn't a conversation. Whoever came in to answer the question of how you can have gas pressure without a container didn't do so. They went on to demonstrate how you would require containers just to generate differential partial pressures for a very short amount of time to pass that off as. But the point of me interjecting was a request to the mod team to, it's very frustrating if every time this guy's going to be allowed to not address the point, he is allowed to start with ad hom and straw mans. And we do need to be able to stop that in the butt the second it started like that. And particularly when it started with ad hom, I would request the moderation team to deal with that instantly.
So
that's what
That's half a flat earth, man.
If we want to do back and forth, I'm super happy to do it. And what I tried to do at the beginning was
understand, Omni, that starting with an ad hom is not helping your point.
Okay. we can all hear Nathan, so I'm okay with that. I'll take it. I'll take it under advisement. So the question,
it's not taken under advisement.
Go.
If you do not adhere to the TOS, we're definitely gonna mute you and disconnect you, time you out. You understand?
Yep, that's right.
All right.
So,
so the question that was on the table before he had
the discussion of
there was
what
a question
gas
on the table.
pressure
There
actually
was a question on the table.
Let him rephrase the question.
Yeah.
So you can understand what you're.
Yeah, let's just rephrase the question as I put it to you, and you completely ignored it. That doesn't mean you get to take charge of the questioning process if you've ignored everything I've said and started telling me what I don't understand. Now, I do understand what gas pressure is, and I understand it requires something to press on, and you seem to have illustrated that with your own words also. So I asked, given all your examples had several containers in them, where did you get the gas pressure from in the first place? How did we achieve that 14.7 psi for you to start with it? Where did that achieve pressure was my question, along with two others that we'll get to, maybe, if you even address this. Where'd you get the gas pressure from in the first place?
So what we've done here is we've moved away from gas pressure without a container, which we can clearly have because anytime gas is exerting pressure on a surface, that is, in fact, gas pressure. So what he wants to talk about is either where all of the gas came from, and I think God created the universe and all the gas. So, if you're trying to figure out where that came from, I think that's the answer that I've got for you. The question then goes to topics like gas laws, right? And whether or not these gas laws are backing up what Oakley is saying. And the reason why I think we're not seeing eye to eye over this is because what the position that Nathan is taking is that there must be a container around the Earth to maintain a constant gas pressure. However, it turns out that A, not only can't he detect it, but also B, he can't even demonstrate that because the gas laws in question don't actually require containment. They're talking about gas against a surface, which a gas jet will give you. When the gas comes out of that jet, it is not in a container.
Yeah.
It is not contained, and it is absolutely, exerting pressure. Same with a sailboat.
That would be why the gas pressure isn't maintained. It doesn't come out the back of the jet and stay at that pressure, does it? It finds an equilibrium.
So is it? Yes, that's a good question.
He's addressing you.
So once again, the question on the table was, can you demonstrate gas pressure without containment? You've just gone on to just cite multiple things where there is gas pressure and you're changing the already established gas pressure. So I'll ask the question again. Can you demonstrate gas pressure without containment? Not do a burden of reversal, but can you answer the question by demonstrating gas pressure without containment?
I'm blowing on my microphone right now. Did you hear that? That was your demonstration of gas pressure without a container. There isn't a container, and of course you're going to interrupt me because you can't actually address the topic.
You just said
all those gas laws that you like to cite
right now.
All of those gas laws that you like to cite.
He's not allowing Adam to respond. He's not allowing Adam to respond.
You can interrupt me.
Yeah, Adam can't respond because he's in the middle of talking. Did you guys hear him or no?
Yeah, he answered by blowing on his microphone. Hold on, Adam. I'd already addressed this with lungs. Did you all hear me talking about lungs being a form of containment? Then
lungs were not.
And now
on
I'm being interrupted.
Nathan.
Now maybe it's because I'm being interrupted. Yeah, I've already addressed this repetition. I've defeated it. He just ignored it. I mean, it's not like the mods completely let that fly them by or anything, but nevertheless, do we all recall, I'm slowing down my speech patter, the word lungs from me, completely ignored by him, and now he's repeated it, and Adam stepped on him because he's not addressed that which has already been dealt with. It's called rinsing and repeating. Rinse out the rebuttal and just put more shampoo in. Say the same thing. No, lungs would be a form of container, I've already addressed that and followed it up by asking, where did you get the gas pressure to fill your lungs? Another container. He hasn't addressed that either. Where did you get the gas pressure in the first place? So far, one rebuttal. Again, I addressed it. He didn't respond to it. Atmosphere, he said. No, that's an oxymoron, I said. Remember when I addressed his points and he hasn't come back at the rebuttals? He's repeating the first claim and crying foul when Adam stops him. Yeah, he's losing badly. And he thinks that his hand wave subversions are going to work. He's rumpusing through the repetitions of that which we've already addressed. And he hasn't acknowledged is going to work by him crying foul. Oh, he's talking through me. Yeah, we've already addressed it and you've ignored it. That's what we're trying to say as you repeat it, having not addressed the rebuttal to it. That's what's happening.
Yeah, Oakley. You could agree, though, he's just being pedantic in the sense. They're trying to say they got gas pressure without it.
What's Omnivore's done?
Easy, your mic went out.
No,
Your
no,
mic went out. He said.
I was just saying,
I mean, Oakley.
What Omnivore has now done. No,
us.
can I just explain what's happened?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oakley,
I can explain that Omnivore's now gone and server deafen rather than listen. He didn't listen to any of that. Other than his subversion, it's only subvert, rinse, and repeat, or nothing. So if he's going to be controlled by you, the mod team, he puts his fingers in his ears and goes on server deafen, so he doesn't have to listen to the illustration of his failure. He's a troll.
Yeah, the Globers are looping us in circles, and hold on, guys. The Globers are looping us in circles using fallacies and deflecting the question, not answering questions. Is this your first day in flat Earth, or what's up?
Well, my point was, okay, I asked him the question politely and succinctly, and his instant response was, "I'm blowing on my mic." That's why I interrupted straight away. That was his rebuttal, yeah, or he was asking me to ignore something we'd addressed previously, yeah, and rebutted back to him. I can't let him carry on and start the sentence like that. And for me to accept that him blowing on the mic is an evidence of gas pressure without a container. You have to stop there and point out that he is using a container to do the exact thing that he's demonstrating is gas pressure without a container. There's no point going past his first statement, because it of itself demonstrates my point.
I understand that, but
hey, I'm
perspective. I'm in the middle.
We can
I understand.
Is this my first day in flat Earth? No, it's not. That's why I won't let somebody straw man and rinse and repeat something that has already been addressed, and he's had to concede.
Yeah, we understand that, but
then we don't need the sarcasm then.
Well, you need to address it after he finished speaking. We understand the server rules, and we spoke about that.
Okay, gotcha. I already got very cross about this, the book Finn. We can potentially focus purely on the moderation. That would be really interesting for my live audience. Or the debating points that he's subverting and hand waving past. Again, we could just focus on whether he's had enough time. Given that that's a very specific moderation purpose that you fulfill, and therefore it would be your fulfillment of your purposes in moderation that would be coming to the forefront rather than the actual debate. I mean, we could do one or the other. It would just get me really cross, especially when it's not our first day in this subject.
It's not about that, Nathan. Hold on, Essie. It's not about that, Nathan. It's about the when you start speaking when somebody else is speaking, it's audio chaos, and you're one that loves not having audio chaos. This is what we do. What we do here.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, and what we do here, right, is we don't tolerate.
I say something here.
So we need you guys to work with us, right? We need you guys to work with us. So when we do, we will have manners. But if somebody starts with a fallacy that shouldn't be proceeded past, right? Recognize that's what we're doing. We're not being rude, but we need you then as the mods to recognize that we are holding up a fallacy and it can't continue. And so you as the mod needs to support us there. Yeah. So the conversation and the debate without the distraction can go forward.
That's the problem here. Hold on. Let me say something, please, Stacey. I think I have found the problem here. That's why we're getting excited. They think we're in debate mode and we're in conversation mode. We have a communication problem here. We do things one way, we let people finish talking. They're in debate mode. They want to stop as soon as they hear a fallacy. This is the problem here.
Yes.
It's not a problem. It's my show. That's the show I run. That's the show I run.
Wow.
No, it's a problem. Yeah, very telling. So it's a problem that I'm going to be running a show from here for SC Montreal. That's basically what he's just said. Okay, so it's a problem for you, me being here, SC Montreal. I see. I interfere with your very important moderation tasks. I see. Thank you to Roger Ledwell for shouting out, for smashing the super chat. I'm sure it'll get rumpus by one of the moderation team who are more important than you giving me money. Roger Ledwell, thank you very much. What? I just realised they are pissed off at God. Who are pissed off at God, Roger Ledwell? I don't know. I was trying to debate the dude about gas pressure and where he got it from. He went on server deafen the moment I tried to actually point it out, and now he's heard it being repeated. He's going to start chanting through me because he's heard me, and now he's on server deafen. I subtly, when I noticed he was off server deafen, repeated the question, which he immediately started chanting through, because he's only here to subvert. He's not here to continue the debate. Yeah? And you need to recognise that as moderation. It's not telling him he needs his time to finish. He's only offering up subversion. That's why I wouldn't listen.
That's why I muted him. That's why I muted him, because it was becoming hot chaos, and I was trying to point out, I didn't want to interrupt, that he is ignoring the lungs again. But Adam got to it first, and then all the interruptions happened, which is why I muted him to point that out.
Because that's his tactic.
It's not about mods. No one here is like...
That's his tactic.
I know, it's omnivore. I know, he has got nothing, but that doesn't... I get it.
Yeah, we overcame his points. That's it. You were defeated, Omni.
So the lung business is absurd, and let me explain why. So the gas, the air in my lungs is, yes, pressurized. When I blow it out, it is leaving the container and exerting gas pressure on the microphone. The microphone, no matter how much you want to try to redefine it, is not a container. So what we're seeing there is gas going from a pressurized lung to a pressure force against the microphone, which I assume you could all hear. So no, we aren't ignoring the lungs. What's happening is someone's trying to define what gas pressure means and what container means.
I asked you where you got the pressure from in the first place. Hold on, Adam. I asked you where you got that pressure from. The existing gas pressure for you to breathe into the containment of your lungs. That is not achieved by oxymoronic sphere-shaped air. I asked you where you achieved gas pressure in the first place. It still hasn't been addressed.
So that's the etymological fallacy, and you can look that up if you're not familiar with it. It means that when you're taking the roots of a word and trying to apply it to any logical use of the word, to say, hey, you know, horizons must be horizontal because the root of the word horizon means horizontal. Therefore, I don't have to have any evidence of that. That's just how the word was formed. That is a actual fallacy, and you can go look it up, etymological fallacy.
Okay, can I address that?
Check it out.
Yeah, it's not an etymological fallacy. An etymological fallacy would be to take the former root meaning of the word in place of the existent current meaning. I'll quote NASA. Gas pressure is the force exerted on the walls of the container. End quote. NASA. That's a current definition, not me employing some old English definition of gas pressure. Meanwhile, that little subversion didn't take us away from where you breathed into your lungs the existing gas pressure and where that was acquired from. I was just accused of a fallacy falsely. I didn't use an etymological fallacy. I didn't even define the word when he accused me of an etymological fallacy, which would only be relevant if I'd defined something, which I didn't. Meanwhile, gas pressure is the force exerted on the walls of the containment. End quote, NASA. That's a current definition. Definitely not an etymological fallacy. We still need containment according to NASA's definition, though. And you're breathing gas pressure. You haven't explained where you got that from, given the oxymoronic sphere-shaped air rumpusing through the end of the question. The oxymoronic sphere-shaped air was so far your only rebuttal. That's all you've told me in terms of where you've achieved that gas pressure from in the first place for you to breathe it into your lungs. You can't have gas pressure without a container, and if the sky was a vacuum, that's your positive claim, then the gas at high pressure would fill that space. We'd all be dead. The sky is not a vacuum. That's the conclusion of this debate. Shout out to Roger Ledwell.
So I'm reading from
God, the creator of the containment system. Maybe God, the creator of the containment system. God, the creator of everything. 1,000 miles an hour or
I'm reading from
66,000
NASA.
miles an hour gas pressure and gradient, says Unitox Femu. Thanks for the super chat. Really appreciate all the support.
You can do the same thing that you did with your mouth, blowing the wind from your lungs to the mic with just a soda can. Open a soda can next to the mic, and it will do the same sound. So that's
Absolutely.
just gas rushing from the container to seek its equilibrium. That's what we are telling you. So that gas escaping the can, or that gas that you blow with your mouth, will never just stay there with that same pressure. It will just.
Necros, let him respond now. Necros, let him respond.
Right. Okay. So a couple things. So first off, the etymological fallacy that was committed was atmosphere, not gas pressure. Atmosphere, which we heard him, apply to the root of it, the sphere part of it. But so you can go look that up. So secondly, the NASA thing. I'm reading from NASA about gas pressure. And it says molecular definition of gas pressure. From kinetic theory of gases, gas is composed of a large number of molecules that are very small relative to the distance between molecules. The molecules of gas are in constant random motion and frequently collide with each other and with walls of any container. The molecules possess physical properties of mass, momentum, and energy. The momentum, as gas molecules collide with the walls of a container, they are shown left in the figure, they impart momentum. So what we're seeing here is the force exerted by gas molecules.
On the container.
That force is exerted by me blowing on something, whether or not it fits your definition of a container. Now, what you would like to have said is, I don't think you can have constant gas pressure without a container.
No, I didn't say
that's
that.
also not
That's not what I want to say either. Please, can you stop putting words in my mouth? I don't need him to continue. He's just making stuff up I haven't said. I don't think I need to be told what I think I want to say by this guy. I don't need that. Yeah, I'm not telling him what I think he needs to be saying and what he thinks he might have been actually saying. I'm not doing that. Yeah? And the etymological fallacy of atmosphere, what oxymoronic sphere-shaped air, that's what atmo is, that's what air is. Atmosphere is sphere-shaped air. Without containment in your oxymoronic sphere-shaped air world where gas doesn't fill volumes of space. Without containment. NASA's citation he just read out made it explicitly clear that it needs containment. It was part of the definition he read out. I asked him where the gas he breathed into his lungs achieved pressure in the first place, given that by citation that he's given, it would need containment. And there isn't any if the sky's a vacuum. Debunking the sky vacuum, because gas requires containment to press on to be at pressure, for him to be breathing it. Still hasn't answered my question. I've concluded once, I don't know why we're still debating it. I've already concluded. The sky is not a vacuum. If the sky was a vacuum, the gas we breathe would fill the space.
So, as an example, that would debunk what you're saying. If I have a container, let's take the soda can that he talked about, and I have two liquids in it, or a solid and liquid, and I have the can sealed. There's no gas in it, just the solid and the liquid. And the chemical reaction creates gas. When I open the soda can next to the microphone, it will create gas pressure against the microphone without a container. And when you ask, where did the gas come from? The answer would be from two non-gas substances that had a chemical reaction. So the answer is no. You don't have to have a container to have
before
gas
you
pressure.
conclude, someone's challenging you as being incorrect. So we'd rather not have the. Sorry, can you stop? We heard the stop.
So
stop. We heard you.
Okay,
we heard you. He's just rambling and
now.
monologuing so he gets further away from the basis assertion that needs challenging. Adam said no, that's not correct, as he started summarising it again. We heard it. Now you're going to have it challenged. What's wrong? What's wrong with you? Go ahead, Adam.
Okay, so in your analogy, when the soda can is not open and the gas pressure is building up inside the containment, that's when you're getting gas pressure with your containment. The second you release it, all you've got is entropy taking place. Yeah. And you're just getting a very partial gas pressure differential for a very short amount of time. You've not, at the point you open the gas, created gas pressure without a containment. You've created equilibrium at that point. And that will take a small amount of time to play out. But when you created the gas pressure with your chemical reaction, you did it under containment. That's the only time you had the gas pressure. The second you open the container, the gas pressure you've created dissipates, equalizes.
Into the existing gas pressure, I'm asking you where you'd attain it from. You haven't given us in 5 attempts any response other than atmosphere. If the sky was a vacuum, gas would fill it. That's what gas does. It expands into volumes. PV equals nRT. We're talking about laws of nature and how gas behaves. The sky is not a vacuum. It's the end of the discussion.
Yeah, all his demonstrations are in existing gas pressure.
Yeah,
I don't
precisely.
get why people are not getting it.
Precisely. He's already appealing to
Guys,
how
I can't.
gas will behave when it's dispersing into existing gas pressure. Where'd you get the existing gas pressure if the sky's a vacuum? You don't. We'd all be dead. Shout out to Roger Ledwell. Lungs are definitely well designed to contain, I think he means. Thank God they are working, or thank God his are working. Yeah, thank you for the super chat. Okay, brilliant. Glad we've actually concluded. So, in spite of the positive claim that we had to defend in this regard, in the case of NASA travelling to the moon, all of their lies that we should just be turning our backs on, personally, I think that should be reactive, as it has been just now. Yeah, if someone makes a claim, you can defend it, as we've just done. But we as flat earthers can assert the positive assertion that ESA has been asserting for 8 years. Earth's measured flat for celestial navigation. It's all treated as one flat plane. There is no elevation changes whatsoever. Quite the contrary. The angles don't change as you raise up or lower your position with respect to the stars. Earth must be treated as a parallel plane. That is to say that the ground and sky are parallel with one another. That's how it's dealt with. That's how it's mapped. And we should be making that positive assertion as flat earthers moving forward. Tell them it's measured flat. That's how Earth's dealt with. Their concerns with their fundy sphere belief are theirs. And if you've got an advanced debating understanding, you can challenge them if they make their positive assertions to you. But you should make your positive assertion. You're a flat earther. You should know how Earth's measured. And tell people if you want to go forward in the discussion. On the front foot. Spear in hand, Earth's measured flat for you and for me. For your globe faith also.
So your claim that Earth is measured flat is simply flat out false. There's no such measurement. You haven't made it, and you can't demonstrate it.
Polaris is measured by way of flat Earth elevation angle measurements to it to lay out the latitude grid we use in all mapping. That is a flat Earth measurement of the world that gives us our maps. It also gives us the globe. I haven't finished talking, obviously triggering a fundy. It also gives globe believers their globe. The latitude system measured flat with flat angles to Polaris for systems of concentric circles working their way out from a centralized position below Polaris. That's a flat Earth measurement required to create a globe faith.
Incorrect.
Yeah, that's just gibberish. There's no such thing as flat angles. Angles are taken from a horizontal at your position to an elevation above the horizontal.
You have a citation for that? Above the horizontal? The horizontal would be a flat horizontal line then. Not gibberish at all then. Confirmed by you.
A horizontal is perpendicular to your vertical at your point.
You don't have any of those things on a ball Earth. You only have those on a flat plane.
Verticals exist on a globe Earth.
No. Every single position is out.
Yes, they do.
Excuse me. I don't need you to parrot, yes, they do, through the top of my rebutting your garbage. No. All directions are out on a sphere.
Yeah, those
up
are
and down. It's a second attempt from a fundy. Just mute her. Yeah, I'm talking, son. Yeah? No. There is no up and down on a sphere. It's all out or in. There is no perpendicular to 90. There is no horizontal and vertical. You don't have those things on a sphere. You require a flat Earth to measure to get them. Furthermore, she didn't cite it, so I will. Altitude angle, sometimes referred to as solar elevation angle, describes how the sun appears in the sky. The angle is measured between an imaginary line between the observer and the sun and the horizontal plane the observer is standing on. End quote. Sustainable by design. Altitude angle, by definition, in requirement of a flat Earth to measure. Absolutely.
It's from a
Latitude is,
vertical.
I'm making a conclusion. Absolutely, without question, contrary to this clown telling me that I'm wrong, I'm not. Latitude is, without question, a flat Earth measurement required to make maps, and furthermore required to make a globe for you guys to believe in.
That's
All right,
false.
But don't
That's
hold
false.
on, Brenda. Oh, Brenda, hold on, Rob. Don't call names, please, guys.
Okay, yeah, that's false. The latitude longitude system is a spherical coordinate system. It is not a flat coordinate system. It is a spherical coordinate system. And your method of taking your claim that on a globe, right, there is no vertical is simply false. Every ray from the center of the Earth is a vertical ray.
Rays don't exist. They only exist in programming. There is no from the center of Earth. There is no from
Brenda.
There is no from the center of Earth. Nobody's doing anything from the center of Earth, and rays aren't real.
Says who? Are verticals parallel, Brenda?
No.
No. So each vertical will have its own horizontal. Therefore, no horizontals are commensurate.
So what?
Is that correct?
Every vertical on the globe Earth, right, radiates in from the center of the Earth and goes in all directions, right? And horizontal is perpendicular to each and every ray, every vertical.
But no horizontals, therefore, are commensurate with each other.
Correct.
Can I ask Nathan Oakley and
No,
his friends?
Adam's
question,
just
please?
in the middle of something with Brenda. Do you want to make your conclusion then, Adam?
Well, Brenda's just confirmed that none of her horizontals are commensurate with each other.
Yeah. So what?
So, well, in which case then, how can you get flat Earth elevation angles to Polaris, Brenda? You can't do that. And the way in which latitude is derived is through straight line distances, statute miles, yeah, which all have parallel verticals. It's how it's defined.
Yeah, that's false. They're from nautical miles.
Sorry, do we need Brenda to chant through the demolition of her argument by Adam? Is that what we need here? Shout out to Uncle Ben. Adam, I'll let you summarise after I've read this out. Do we really need to engage with this professional time waster? Well, I don't know. It's not my server. That's
I'm
down
just
to the
giving
mods.
you the facts.
Adam's concluding. You chanted through him, Brenda. Go ahead, Adam. Feel free to try again, hopefully without Brenda's interruption.
You just confirmed that in your viewpoint, there are no parallel horizontals, therefore opposing the definition of latitude. Yeah. But as Nathan succinctly said at the beginning, for you to build your ball, you have to first of all take flat Earth elevation angles to Polaris, yeah, to get your latitude system. You can then use that and strap it onto a ball, but you do have to at least recognize that that initial grid system is built by flat Earth elevation angles and placed on the ground with statute horizontal miles.
No, that's false. They're nautical miles, not statute miles.
No, Brenda. We're talking about
You're
latitude.
just wrong. You're just wrong.
Look, no, you're wrong. We're talking about the latitude. We use statute mile for the latitude grid system.
Yeah, lat long is based on nautical
about
miles.
celestial navigation.
Now
where
she's
we
talking
would
about
use
longitude to the
nautical
top
miles.
of you. She's just wrong. She clearly doesn't know what she's talking about, and now she's segued onto the longitude system.
It's fine.
Statute
I was
miles. You said no. Immediately demonstrated to be ignorant. Yeah. Do we need to continue talking to this person? She doesn't know what she's talking about. It's irritating.
I know it is.
Yeah. So every vertical from on Earth, right, there's an infinite number of verticals.
Why are we
from,
having this
from
from
Earth? Each one has an infinite number of.
Shout out to
if you've
FE
got an
Patriot. Says space logic says that your lungs are stronger than the vacuum of supposed space as you drink a soda with a straw from a can. Says FE Patriot for $50. Thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. There's also another super chat from Uncle Ben. If I can just scroll up and get to that. And Roger Ledwell, sorry. Lungs are definitely a well-designed container. Thank God for his are working. Oh, I just missed a couple of super chats. Thank you. Sorry, I missed it.
Mr. Nathan Oakley, can I ask a question? I just want to ask one question. I'll take off.
Sure.
Only got one this morning. I don't have a big thing. Just one question.
It's Rob, right? Go ahead.
And that question, yes, sir, Mr. Nathan Oakley. That question being, I have a question. Are you the leading authority in the flat Earth movement? I mean, would you consider yourself one of the leading?
No.
That's a stupid question.
If that's a question, who do you think is the leading flat Earth figure? Or are you saying, just do you think I am? No, I'm definitely not, and I don't consider myself to be.
Yeah, but I mean, you are an authority in the flat Earth movement, though, right?
That's
You
a
garner
different.
some
That's
kind
a
of-
different question. An authority, absolutely yes.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry, I can't talk to you. I don't appeal to authority.
That's a good one, Rob. I'll give you credit for that.
Okay, no, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
point,
I know
right?
it's a good one. I
That's
got
a really
tons of
good point,
ones for
Rob.
you guys.
I'm about to agree with you. There's a misapprehension about a certain fallacy called the appeal to authority fallacy, right? You ever seen Billy Madison when he's in the class with the teacher, telling him that the crocodile's angry because it's got all those teeth and no toothbrush? Remember that? Well, when the teacher asks him where he got the information from, he says, "Mama told me." That is an appeal to authority fallacy. Mama is his authority. She's in charge, right? Does that mean she knows about the medulla oblongata? No, it does not. But he thinks she's the authority on everything. That's an appeal to authority fallacy. When you appeal to an actual authority, you can do it in one of two ways. You can appeal to them to support your argument, or you can use them as a hostile witness, like I did with NASA. But that's not an appeal to authority fallacy. I appeal to NASA for their definition of gas pressure requiring containment, debunking outer space because it doesn't have gas pressure with containment. You've just got an area of volume rockets go through, but gas doesn't. Debunking their claim with them as a hostile witness, as an authority, in the correct formatting. To say that Mama says we need containment would be an appeal to authority fallacy. So to say I don't listen to you simply because you're authority would be a crazy notion. If someone's an authority, look up the definition of what an authority is, and then say, I don't want to appeal to that person with the understanding and knowledge and expertise. Why would I appeal to that? Okay, then. Good for you, son, on your way. You don't like people once they've established themselves as an authority. You don't like appealing to them. No, that's fine. Okay.
Okay, so I mean, I don't see it that way. I think that you would be more like Mama, and NASA would be the crocodile.
What have I used? What have I used? Okay, no, that's fine. No, that's fine. That's a perfect analogy. Absolutely correct. Do I have any credibility or credentials when it comes to the area of volume above our head you perceive to be a sky vacuum? No. The NASA? Oh, absolutely. They've got all the credibility in the world, haven't they? They're the authority on the matter. It's just that I don't use my word to challenge NASA's word. I use a law of nature. So it really matters not what I am or what I represent or how credible I am, or even if I'm a proven convicted killer. It wouldn't make the slightest bit of difference when I cite the second law of thermodynamics. That's a law of nature. Me and what I am is irrelevant. But typically, somebody who's got a poor argument or response to a point that I put forward as an argument would attack me, the individual, on whether or not I'm on authority, therefore whether or not I should be trusted. It's not about trust. When it comes to measurements of Earth with Polaris and latitude, those are matter of fact. When it comes to the law of nature that describes that which occurs always, that would be gas expansion into volumes. It doesn't matter what I am. That's the law of nature. That's the way we measure Earth. It's flat and space is fake. I thank you. Good
So
question.
what credentials and measurements have you actually done then?
Right, when I point out that it's irrelevant what I have done as an individual when it's a matter of fact that Polaris is a flat Earth measurement, you ask me what I've done. Basically a lack of comprehension for the literally a lack of comprehension for the last 25 seconds of things that were said. Okay.
No, you said no. You said we have measurements.
What have you measured? What have you measured?
I've measured loads of things. A Polaris measurement for a navigator, on the other hand, would be a flat Earth measurement along a flat. And now I'm getting rumpus, it seems. He asked me a question. I answered. Now I'm expanding on my answer, but he doesn't want to tolerate it. Clearly, my answers disturb him. I've measured plenty of things. Navigators measuring Polaris would measure a flat Earth with the angle along a flat baseline to the ground position along the ground with respect to latitude. Something I've gone over with this very specific gentleman about 15 times. Nevertheless, some things are very difficult to get if you are on that vibe of struggling to get things you've been told 15 times. I wouldn't want to insult the man.
No, you haven't done it though, have you? That's the thing. You haven't.
Yeah, so it's about me. So when I've literally,
I'm
a minute and a half ago,
ago,
I addressed Rob Noxious to point out that it matters not what I as an individual have done. Literally, before I finished the breath, I'm interrupted by a man who I've explained a measurement that can be done and is part of the mapping system 15 times. He's now for the second time appealed to me as a personal attack based on me, the individual, and what I have done, when it's a matter of fact that Polaris is a flat Earth measurement to Polaris. Latitude is a flat Earth measurement to Polaris. That doesn't matter if I've done it or not. Makes no difference. I almost guarantee it'll be a third attempt. Thank you, Adam. Morning, says Roger Ledwell from the Super Chat. Really appreciate it.
That's because you missed the other one from him, which was 90, 90, 90, and 90, and once more 90. Thanks, Roger.
Oh yeah, I don't like Boy Scouts do that. They do that
Can you
measurement
just
all the time.
you measured the angle then to Polaris, please?
Have I measured an angle to Polaris? Why? Who cares?
You
Doesn't
haven't,
matter.
no. Well, perhaps why should we take any notice of you if you've never done it and you don't know how
I didn't say I hadn't done it. I said, why? Who cares? It's like he doesn't, he
You
can't
said you
comprehend
haven't
and
done
listen.
it.
And now I'm talking and he's talking
you
through me.
describe
Now he's
the
going to
method,
rumpus me, pointing out that I didn't say those words. And now he's claiming you haven't done it. But I didn't answer him with
He's
that.
asking how
I
it's
asked him
done.
how it was relevant, and now moderation team's going to step in. Go ahead.
You tell me how you did it, how you do that. Measure an angle to Polaris with a sextant. Can you go through that for me?
Yeah, you point your mirror at the horizon and you point the other mirror at the star, get them both level in the lens that you're looking at by adjusting the tool to get the angle. Then you read the angle.
That's it.
My bad, I was still in the middle of explaining it to him. It's almost like he doesn't want to hear it. That flat Earth measurement that anybody could do, that's a well and long established methodology for the mapping system that's very well established and is utilised daily for navigation. It only matters if I've done it.
Is that the Nathan Oakley methodology? That
It's not. It's definitely not called the Nathan Oakley method. No.
No. And if you wanted to go and get
Is that what your sister told you? Is that how your sister described it to you?
Now he's attacking my family. Now he's attacking my family through the top of Adam. Now he wants to attack my family through the top of Adam.
Said it was your sister. You brought your sister into that. Your sister taught you. That's what you said. You
didn't say that.
Not me.
I didn't say that either.
Yes, you did. You said it loads of times.
I
Your
didn't say she
sister
taught me.
You've
It's not
never
what I
done
said.
it.
My God, I'm
But
not
she
allowed to
showed you.
respond. He lays out
You
a
remember-
lie that I haven't said, and I just get 2 words out of responding to his lie that I haven't said. I didn't say she taught me. Those words did not cross my lips. He won't get a quote. He's a liar. He just likes making up stuff I haven't said. I did not say that. Those words didn't cross my lips. If I challenge him to get a quote where I say, my sister taught me how to do... No, she didn't teach me. I've barely paid attention to her. When I describe what actually occurred, I'm like half paying attention because I'm sunbathing on the deck of a boat. While she and her husband, who's now deceased, bore the tits off me, explaining how it works because they've just been taught how to do it. Yeah, I vaguely remember it. I in no way said I was taught it. I've been taught it in the last 2 years by someone completely different that isn't my sister, by a man called 10th Man. That's who I've been taught by. Not my sister, but he's just making this stuff up so he can introduce a member of my family and challenge them.
Sunbathing. How come Polaris was in the sky?
What, while they explain how a tool works while they're holding it in the
No,
daytime?
you said your sister had done it to Polaris.
Yeah, sorry,
You
we
were
didn't go out for
sunbathing.
5 minutes on the boat. Who cares? Literally, who cares?
I care because I want to know that whoever's telling me is not bullshitting, basically.
So about
That's what I want
latitude,
to know.
I'm not bullshitting. You
Yeah,
feel
well,
free to check
latitude,
it out
that's
for yourself.
another thing.
You don't need to
Could
critique
you
me and my
describe
family as
how
individuals and rumpus the living crap out me as I try and address that fact, constantly chanting
you
through
brought
me.
your sister?
Like you're doing now, I'm
You brought your
addressing you and he's
sister.
just chanting through me.
Yes, yes.
Mods will do absolutely nothing because he chants through every single word. No, it's
Where
not
am I
relevant.
wrong?
I've addressed it with Rob Noxious, still getting chanted through. No, I'd addressed it with Rob Noxious. It's irrelevant. It's merely a glorified personal attack. Because I have specifically been involved with the process being performed by my sister because she owned a couple of boats. Yes, so what? It still doesn't alter my point. The fact that I may or may not have been involved with this process. It makes no difference. The process is what it is. You saying, well, I want to verify that I can trust you. What do you, is that the level of your research? Hear what a man says, and then I've just got to fully implicitly trust this man and check out his character. No, research latitude. Not me. Don't research me to find out if I'm trustworthy. Find out if I'm trustworthy by research. I'm still talking, still talking. Still talking. He's still yammering through the top of the middle of the statement that I'm addressing him with. If you want to find out if I'm trustworthy, why not use this very specific thing, latitude, and what I say it is, and check that? Rather than checking me and my background with my sister on boats. You're going about it all wrong. You don't know how to research. If someone says latitude, you don't instinctively go, well, is he credible? No, is what he's saying correct? Then you just check that. If it turns out that what I say is wrong, then you can say it was wrong, therefore you're not credible. Not, I'll check out your family history is, and therefore you're not telling the truth about latitude. Ask about face much?
So can you describe the latitude and longitude system that you operate with, please?
Why? Beyond the measurement that proves it's flat and it's a measurement of a flat Earth, there is no... And he's yammering through me. He got 4 words out and there he is yammering through me. I would suggest that this man is in fear and needs to make this about me rather than about the facts of the matter when it comes to measuring Earth flat with latitude and angles with respect to ground positions for mapping. That's got nothing to do with me. I didn't develop the system. I've only recently, in the last couple of years, learnt about it, in spite of having been exposed to it many years earlier, when I was only paying half attention. Meanwhile, what I have done or how I have done it is entirely irrelevant. He hasn't addressed that once. Every single time of the 5, 6, 7, 8 attempts now for me to explain that it's irrelevant, get hand-waved, ignored, and then I get it back on what I've done and whether or not I'm trustworthy as an individual.
Can I ask a question real quick? Like to the guy who was at the Globe, like, you agree that you could use a protractor, right, to find your latitude in the north, the North Star and a protractor and like a string with a plumb.
I'm talking about the relation between latitude and longitude.
Right. Well, the longitude would just like we need a watch. That was the big thing, right? Because we didn't figure out longitude.
No, we're not talking about a watch.
He doesn't want to listen to you, Issa. He wants to yammer through the top of you, Issa.
You're talking about an azimuth bearing angle that you would get from a...
Hold on. You're right. But that in order to use that system, which was actually fought against by like the Royal Institute, they needed a clock that worked properly in order to use to create the longitude system that we use. And actually, like, they had to, like, and it was actually the making of the clock that became the interesting part of it. It was making something that could be able to handle the trip. That's why pirates used to hang out on a particular latitude, and they would wait for the incoming ships because they knew that they were coming on that latitude because they had no way to calculate longitude to adjust course off of a latitude. And that's why they would use Polaris or, to be able to get the angle and stay true to the measurement the whole trip in a particular direction, east or west. So it's really, and it was
on
all
the flat Earth.
It was flat
On the
Earth.
flat Earth, the latitude are in concentric circles around the North Pole.
Well,
and longitude is a straight line meeting a curved line. So how can you get an angle at that point?
See, now, man, you're like jumping to conclusions and you're macroing out.
No, I'm not. I'm just asking a question. You're wondering about pirates.
Well, I mean,
want
like,
to talk
there's
about
the idea.
pirates.
Well, the point is, if you maintain the latitude, the same height of Polaris on a particular trip, east or west, then you're going to be on a particular latitude the whole trip. And even though you're crossing many longitudes,
that's a curved line. That's a curved line.
I mean, yeah, it could be, and it could be because, like you said, that there was concentric rings, right? That could
How
be
do you
one
get an
explanation.
angle from a straight line to a curve is what I'm asking.
Well, I think it's over time. That's why the time factor takes into place, because it's
Well,
about
I've only got
location.
20 minutes, otherwise
Well,
the
like, you
boat's
know how,
going to
like,
sink.
let's say, like, you know how, like, a line is actually just a connection of dots, and it's the implication of time that creates the actual appearance of a
No,
line.
we're talking about an azimuth bearing angle from a
Yes, we
latitude
are.
to a
Yeah.
longitude, a straight
And
line to a
you
curved
know what? You
line.
know what's crazy, man? We're doing both. You know what's crazy? We're doing both of those conversations right now.
On a flat
And
Earth.
and it's okay. And it works on freaking flat Earth, which is interesting.
Can I
Yeah,
ask
that sounds pretty much like the globe.
Can
No.
I ask a
Carry on.
No,
clarifying
you won't get
question?
the elevation angle measurements off a globe because the curved surface won't represent the ground for the baseline. You need a flat Earth for that.
Yeah, but you got that from latitude
Yeah.
to a longitude, though. You've got a curve to a straight, and you've got an angle. How do you get the angle there, then?
I don't need the longitude system. The latitude system requires Earth to have a flat
You would
line
if you want a
between.
bearing.
My
If
bad.
you
It's
want a
like he's scared of
direction
my
from
answer.
north.
It's like he's scared.
No,
Try
I'm
again.
not.
Second time's a charm. Maybe the mods will step in on the second attempt. So to get latitude, you just need an angle along the ground to the position below Polaris on the ground. Well, that's thousands of miles of flat baseline between you and Polaris in all instances. So that's it. That's all I need. Flat Earth being measured.
I mean,
Can
I
I
don't know
ask
what the
a
problem is.
question,
Anyone
Nathan?
who's, hold on real quick, anyone who's measured level being horizontal, this just confirms what they've already measured anyway. So I don't know what the big deal even is.
No big deal. It's just measured flat for mapping and to create the globe. Obviously, for the latitude system to work at all, you need to be able to acquire the angle measurement to Polaris. It needs a flat baseline. You can't get that from a globe. You do get it from a flat Earth and then wrap it around a globe. Ergo, the globe comes from flat Earth measurements. Because it does.
So again, how do you get an azimuth bearing angle from a straight longitude to a curved latitude? How do you do that? An angle on a straight line to a curve.
Why? Are you planning on going somewhere?
You should answer.
Why? This isn't a course on navigation.
I need to save a life.
Okay, I'll try and respond. I didn't offer up
You don't have an
courses
answer, do
in
you?
a second attempt to respond. Maybe the third attempt, moderators
you
will step
haven't
in.
got- you've
Fourth
never
attempt,
measured it,
maybe
so
the
you
fourth
wouldn't
attempt to
know. Is there
respond to him.
anybody
Maybe
here
the
who
fifth
does know?
attempt will get him just
Hold on,
constantly
Elder
chanting
Bear.
through me.
I know. Hold,
Yeah,
hold on a
obviously.
second, Oakley. Hold on. I'm gonna gain control of this, Oakley. I got this. Elder Bear. If you can't, I've had to mute you several times. If you can't control yourself, I'm just gonna have to, you just got to stay on mute, please. Go ahead, Oakley.
Yeah, I didn't offer up a navigation course for Edabear, some guy that's really rude, that has to be constantly moderated. No, I wasn't offering anything. I offered flat Earth proof in the form of latitude measurement. That's all I need, is what I said. Because it is all I need. Once you understand that you're measuring a flat baseline to the ground position for an area of equal elevation, and the minimums of that area of equal elevation, that's a flat circle, forms the radial value for the sphere Earth. Once you understand how that flat Earth measurement is taken, I don't need anything else. I hadn't planned on going out like my sister did on her boats. She paid for a navigation course. You can do the same. I wasn't offering that service. I mean, obviously, you alluded by way of lying about things I hadn't said that I'd been taught this, therefore could disseminate the information to you. There's no requirement for it. I'm not offering a navigation course for you, Edabear. I'm telling you how Earth's measured flat. You keep whistling past it.
Are you just going to say... So you're just saying I don't know? Is that right, what you're saying?
No, I said,
So
I'm here to
moral
prove
ramble,
Earth's
just
measured
saying I don't
flat.
know.
You could say something I haven't said in lieu of what I did say.
Yeah, so just say I don't know instead and stop wasting people's time.
I said Earth's measured flat with latitude. Do you want to repeat after me? Earth is measured flat with latitude. It develops the mapping system
How does the
and
latitude
develops
relate to
and
the
there's the
longitude is
chanting.
what I asked.
I was addressing somebody else and
Yeah.
Edabear doesn't like that. Shout out to Roger Ledwell.
You never answer.
Shout out to Roger Ledwell. He says, Edabear, you are looking for utter east, where the waves grow sweet. And fair enough, Roger. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I just prove Earth's measured flat. I'm not offering navigation courses.
That's not a proof, though. That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, it is
This
a
is a proof, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a proof that we're measuring Earth flat with these angles along a
What
flat
proof do
baseline
you
to the
have?
ground
What
position, and
actual
there he is
proof
chanting
do you
through the middle
have
of me
of the-
again as I challenge that which he says isn't true. Yeah, it is absolutely a proof of a flat Earth measurement.
After 10 years,
and there's the
what
second
proof do you
attempt.
have?
Obviously, the mod's words weren't heeded.
Kick them out.
No, it's okay, Neil. No. It is absolutely a proof of a flat Earth measurement. It's along the ground. We're measuring ground positions, and it's a baseline to navigate the ground, and it's flat, it's horizontal, it's level. All of those things are part of the measurement, and it is a Earth-based measurement to navigate Earth. It's a flat baseline. It's a flat angle. What else do you want? I don't know what else I can say. Him hand-waving it for a fifth time, going, no, it ain't. Yeah, it is. That's what it is. What's that? I need to now teach you how to navigate? No, I don't. I've already proven Earth's measured flat. I don't need anything else.
Can I get in, Nathan?
Yeah.
Is that okay with you?
Yes, SE, don't pander to me. I don't need it. Go ahead.
Well, it's your show, so like, you know, before
Yeah.
I got a little excited.
Fine.
When you said you wanted to.
Okay, I'll acknowledge it.
Anyways,
Thank you for your subservience. I do appreciate it, SCA Montreal. Thank you very much. Yes,
no
you
problem.
may.
You're running the show now, no problem. But I'd like to ask a question since we have a wide range of people listening to now. So this is the time for this. This goes to everybody, but mostly for you, Nathan. East-west cardinal directions, are they perpendicular?
Sorry, why are you asking me this?
I'm asking everybody because we're on the subject, and this is it. This is the question for everybody.
No. North's cardinal, isn't it? And east and west are in relation to north, wherever you are.
Why are we being asked? This is
I
a
don't know,
discussion.
this is
SE
an odd-
Montreal.
This is like
This is
basic like compassing. We're now in the Cub Scouts, aren't we? What's going on?
Yeah.
Connection between the relationship between latitude and longitude. That's the
Go and
point.
join the Cubs if you want to know how a compass works. Seriously, dude.
I thought you were the
This is in
cutting edge of
primary
flat Earth
school.
knowledge.
I know you.
You
I
can
know
say you just don't know. Just say I don't know.
Why?
Is that what, and what would that? If I didn't know how a compass worked, what would that prove?
The
We're
cutting
going
edge of
back
flat
to the
Earth knowledge,
person
you said
again,
you
aren't
were.
we, you silly little boys?
So we're having a glorified
Someday-
personal attack
So,
again from
let's
Edabear.
just-
So
let's
what's
just
now happening
formulate
is
this. If
Edabear's. Hold on a second,
doesn't
Adam.
know how
Adam.
a compass works.
Just one sec.
Then
We
the
got that.
Earth's a
Adam.
ball.
Adam, I've got a bit. Adam. Yeah, we got that. Yeah, what we're now experiencing is yet another attempt to turn it into a glorified personal attack.
Yeah.
Oh, this is your limited knowledge of navigation. No. When we get to the point that you ask us about something superfluous to our requirements in terms of proving our Earth's measured flat, just stop and dig my heels in. You want to put words in my mouth that I don't know how to do it because I'm not answering you. I'm not going to say those things and those words haven't crossed my lips. What I'm doing is saying, no, we can discuss this with SE Montreal as long as he accepts that we do utilise north with respect to a flat plane and a compass will only work on a flat plane, and that we've already established that the latitude system requires a flat plane to measure, and it is measured that way. At which point, this becomes folly. There's nothing else for me to do. That's it. What, we're going to discuss this for the sake of it? Because who cares? We're measuring Earth flat then, and we're all in agreement. If we're not, then we're obviously whistling past that graveyard and measuring Earth flat with latitude. Because we want to discuss
Sounds like
something
you just
else
know
that's
Adam.
surplus to that proof of Earth being measured flat, with a bit of interrupting through the top of the conclusion. I'm here for one purpose: to get everybody here to understand implicitly how Earth is measured flat. Not how to be a good navigator. Not how to use a compass. I did go to Scouts. Shocking, innit?
I hear that, but will anybody care to answer my question? I mean,
what is your
it
question,
too
SE?
difficult? Is it too triggering? I mean, it's a
SE,
simple
what
question.
is your question?
My question is east and west, the cardinal directions on a map, right? We're doing
On a
east
map.
and west, right? Are they cardinal directions? In reality, are they perpendicular, those cardinal directions?
SE,
Which
SE,
map?
Hang on.
Can I
Look,
ask you?
Adam, stop.
Are
Look,
you
no, stop. Adam,
genuinely-
Brian
No.
has decided to chase this down. Let him.
No, on a map, the compass, right? When you see north, south, east, west on the compass, there's only one cardinal direction, and that's north. The other three wouldn't exist if we didn't have north, right? The east, west on the compass, right? What that is doing when you when you look at the compass and you see north, what the east-west line on that is doing is making a tangent at that point to a circle of latitude. Now, the only map that will show east and west being perpendicular to north is the Universal Transverse Mercator map. And that map is based off of the latitude and longitude grid on a globe. And that latitude and longitude grid on the globe is back engineered from the original latitude and longitude measurements on a flat Earth.
Perfect. With that, I'm going to say if you are watching this on either Nathan Oakley 1980 or Nathan Oakley premiering streams, then stay tuned as there will be an after show to follow. Unfortunately, if you are watching this live, this is where we bid you farewell. So, another massive thank you to today's Earth Awakenings Discord server and G+ panels for making today's live show possible. Thank you for smashing the super chat. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I will see you all in the next video.
What a lovely day!